Hi, everybody. Welcome. Barbara here from the HSP Entrepreneur Coach. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Martijn Meima for my HSP Entrepreneur interview video series. Martijn Meima has a company called Intuitive Entrepreneurship, I think, when you translate it in English. Martijn?
Business intuition. I call it business intuition.
Business intuition. Sounds even better. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, I can. Great to have to be in this interview. And Business Intuition is a company I started, I think, 10 years ago. And it's all about integrating intuition in business. Because what I have found is that we do a lot of business with our minds and we think a lot, but we can make a lot better decisions if we use our intuition. And the thing is also, if we use our intuition, we not only make better decisions for ourselves and for our company, but also for our customers, for our employees, and for the world. So that's why I really would like more and more people to use business intuition.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you. What was your biggest reason for starting your own company?
Well, the biggest reason was that I really I really wanted to do something that I was fully responsible for. That I had nobody to
Be accountable to?
Be accountable to. Nobody that could say what I had to do. I really wanted to be free. And well, I had a very good job, and there were lots of fun things I did, and still there was something inside that said, why don't you do it yourself? Why don't you start your own company, create your own business, and start doing what you love most? And well, that's what I did. So that was the main reason, actually.
Wow. Yes, I recognize that. I had that myself as well. So for you, what are the top 3 benefits of being an entrepreneur?
Well, for sure, the first one is to be able to plan your own time, to decide what to do when, to decide what to do, where to go, and what to focus on. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, that's also, well, a little bit scary at moments, because then you think, I can do everything I want. There's nothing I cannot do, because you can decide, you can change your business plan, you can change whatever you want to do in a minute.
Yes.
And that's what I like. I like having the freedom of creating whatever I want to create. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I also see that I have my customers and they expect things from me, and it's not complete freedom, but it's a lot better than, well, working for a company with a CEO and a management team that have all kinds of ideas. And
well, you have the freedom to follow your own vision, to create your own vision, but also to decide how your day should look, right?
Yeah, that's also what I like a lot, because well, as an HSP, it's sometimes you don't feel like doing something because it's not the right energy, or not the right moment. Yes. And I call that intuitive time management. Mm-hmm. And it's easier if you're self-employed to follow your own energy and your own rhythm, instead of doing what is planned and all these meetings you have to follow to join. Definitely. So I like being free to follow my own rhythm. Mm-hmm. I just got back from jogging, running, so that was in the middle of the day, and I just decided to do that because it felt like I really needed a good run.
Yeah. Yes, that's also one of the things that I love the most.
Yeah.
And exactly what you call intuitive time management. Sometimes you have a to-do list and there are always a lot of things on there because, face it, being an entrepreneur, you always have tons of things to do. But the question is, do you have to do them right now, or does it feel like you are better off taking a walk or maybe a nap or just something else?
Yeah, that's right. Well, and actually, I don't have a to-do list anymore. But that's a different story. I really intuitive time management is that you really connect with a task you have to do, mm-hmm. and then you don't have to write it down, because your intuition, whenever you take a moment to tune into your intuition will tell you, okay, this is the task that is still not finished. You have to do it, and this is a good moment to do this.
Yeah.
And it works very well. It saves you a lot of stress and anxiety, and it your intuition tells you exactly at the right moment when to do it, and then you have all the energy to do it, and it's perfectly, and it takes you less time and gives you more results.
That's true. The trick just is to recognize it and to listen to it.
That's the trick.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm curious, how has your life changed now that you're an entrepreneur?
Well, for one reason, one thing is that I have such a larger network of people that I know now, and for some reason, I don't know why, but there are more energetic people. There are people with a broad view. There are more open-minded people. So, and that has changed because maybe I attract more people that are also entrepreneurs and also want to explore things and want to be their own boss and create things. So that has changed. Well, also money-wise, let's face that, is also that my income has doubled since I started my own business, and doubled from what I earned when I was an employee.
Yeah.
So it's also money-wise, it's also you take the responsibility, but you also get the results of it. So you also get, if you work twice as hard or twice as smart, or you ask twice as much, or you're twice as valuable, you get twice the money. And it works both ways, because if you don't work hard and you don't deliver any value, then you don't get the money. So, and that's also what I like about being an entrepreneur, is that it's a very direct connection between the value you bring to your customers and the money that's on your bank account.
Yes, true.
So that has changed, and it's interesting because when I worked for a company, I had a lot of freedom, and I could also decide on when to start and when to finish my job. But I was still in this box, and it was a big box, but it was still a box. And now I feel like I don't own the world, but it's more like the world is my playground, and there is no box anymore. Sometimes I create a box just because it gives me a little bit safety and I get a little bit of direction, but in the end, there is no box anymore. So, and that's really what I like. I'm a freedom seeker and an adventurer. So that's I like that. So
yeah, I can relate. I'm the same. Yeah, that's probably also why we met. Yeah,
probably, yes.
Yes. And along your entrepreneurial journey, which step caused you to have a aha moment, something that you realized that you didn't realize before?
Actually, that was at the end of the first year. I really was into visualizing and creating your own future and creating the secret. Your wish is my command, and you throw it in the universe and you get what you want. And I had visualized my income for that year, and I was really, I really believed it, and I really wanted to reach that. And what you see, I was also working hard, and I was really stressed, or not really stressed, but I had some stress. And then until September, October, I thought, well, it's not working. Why is it not working? And then there came this guy, and he said, well, I want to hire you for 2 days a week to coach my coaches. And it was a perfect job, and I really liked it. But then when we started talking, and it was actually bringing in the money that would really create that income I had visualized. So I was, wow, this is great. I was so excited. And then we went into the details and about the money, and he said, well, actually you're a little bit too expensive, so I want to hire you for 1 day a week. And there I was. Wow, this is not going to work. I'm not going to make the money I thought I was. Yeah. And visualizing and really focusing on your goal is not working at all. So I was really upset, but I was really shocked actually. Until I realized, and that was the aha moment, is that when you do this visualizing and focusing, it is not what you visualize and how you see it, but it's more the energy that is the intention underneath your wish.
Yes. It's
And
not
my
the exact
intention
words,
was,
but the energy. Yes.
yes, and my intention was to be able to spend the same amount of money as I was being able to spend when I was an employee.
Mm.
And I made up this number. I calculated this number that I had to make as a turnover. And then it turned out that my wife worked a little bit more, that I didn't have to pay as much taxes as I thought. And in the end, I calculated that I had exactly the same amount of money that I could spend as I had it as an employee. And so actually the visualizing worked perfectly.
Yes.
So that was a big, big learning moment for me.
Yes. That's also a really great example of the law of attraction and how it works.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is how it works. So
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
yeah, we think that we know how we want it and how to create things, but we need to let go of it and surrender to whatever turns out and turns up, and we need to focus on the real intention underneath your goals.
Yes, exactly. On the what and not the how. And the what was being able to spend the same amount of money you did when you were an employee. And
Right.
how is what the universe thinks about how to make it happen.
Yeah, so that's what I really learned then.
Yeah, great. Thank you. What would you have never accomplished if you had not started your own company?
Well, one thing is all the international work I'm doing right now. I think 2 years ago, I decided I want to do more international work. So that's why we're doing this interview in English, and I have my own URL on the website businessintuition.com, or it's intuitioninbusiness.com, because I wanted to do more international work to have a larger group of people able to work intuitively in their business.
Yeah.
And well, because I was an entrepreneur and I could decide whatever I wanted and I could do whatever I wanted, because then suddenly there came this email from Bulgaria. And I didn't make a plan, but if I would have made a plan, it wouldn't say go to Bulgaria first. No.
That's not my first country of choice or thinking about. No.
So, and then they invited me to a conference. And they said, okay, you have to pay your ticket, you have to pay your own food, you have to pay your own hotel, and you have to give it 2 days. You have to participate as a workshop leader in this conference. I thought, this doesn't make sense, because, well, money-wise, it's just foolish but my intuition said, you need to be there, you need to be there, you need to be there, you need to be there. And so I went. But if I would have had a boss, I could never tell him, oh, I need to go there and I'm not going to make any money.
No.
It was the start of my international career, because I met people that saw me working and they thought, wow, you're doing great work. Can you come to Paris? Can you come to Lyon? Can you come to Porto? Can you come to... And now I have all these these clients all over the world, which is wonderful. So,
and international contacts also.
Yeah, and it started all in Bulgaria. So that's
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What would you say that your biggest obstacle was before you started your company that might have even prevented you from starting?
Well, I was afraid I wouldn't have enough money. That's why I focused on this turnover and this money in the first year. And I was, if you're an employee, you get your money every month. And you do your work, and if you're happy and it's okay, well, why would you change? Why would you do something else where it's not sure how much money you will get? And even now, I don't know what I will make next year. So it will stay uncertain for the rest of your life.
Yes.
As long as you're an entrepreneur, you never know. And back then I thought, as an employee, I will stay here forever, and this is going to be, I'm going to give until my pension, I will retire, and that didn't make sense either. But, so that was a big obstacle. And there was this mentor I had, and he said, well, Martijn, get a life. This is what you need to do. Go start your own company. And I thought, oh, maybe. So there was this,
Did you also keep putting it off?
Yeah, there was
Thinking
this
of
seed
reasons
planted inside of
to
me, and it
start.
started growing. And I thought, wow, yeah, oh, this is kind of attractive. And then I thought, because the company I worked for, they also hired a lot of external companies or like people. They. So I thought, wow, if I start my own company, they will hire me for um, as a subcontractor.
Mhm.
So I thought, wow, that's quite safe then. So I quit my job, and they never hired me. So I thought, wow, and I got clients from all over, yeah, from all other kind of areas. Again, I didn't. If I had made a plan, I wouldn't have put that in my plan, because
Mhm.
my clients came from the strangest places.
Places you could not have imagined before. Hmm.
No, my
Yeah.
brother who lives in America, he said, "Oh, I know this guy. He works for this company. Why don't you give him a call?" And it became one of my biggest clients in the beginning. So it was
Amazing.
very interesting that my brother
Yeah.
in America could help me in the Netherlands.
Yes, indeed. Very
But that was
nice.
my biggest obstacle.
Did you know straight away which company you wanted to start, Martijn, or did you have doubts in what sort of company you wanted to have?
No, actually, it was quite clear that I wanted a consulting or coaching business.
Hmm.
But it wasn't clear that I was going to focus on this intuition.
Okay.
So I started as Meima Coaching, which is my last name.
Hmm.
Uh, and I just focused on helping entrepreneurs to grow their business, to do better business. And then after, I think, a year, 2 years, I looked back and I thought, what is it I'm doing? And then I realized that I was, yeah, integrating this intuitive approach with the business approach.
Hmm.
And I was integrating all kinds of intuitive methods like business constellations, visualization, and all kinds of spiritual ideas about non-duality into yeah, how to profit from that in business.
Hmm.
And that's when I started calling it business intuition.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can follow that logic. I'm also using some of those techniques, so I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
And
the interesting thing, well, what I would like to add there is that if you start a business, you don't have to be clear what it's going to be about. I mean, you know, need to know a little bit, but
yeah, you
um,
don't have to have all the answers yet.
no. And some people don't start because they think, I don't have a niche yet, and I don't know what my target group is. I don't know this, I don't know that. But just start, and by doing, you will see, oh, this is okay. So now I can make it a little bit more specialized. Now I can
Mm.
become an expert. But in the beginning, well, just you need to start doing it.
Yes, that you start is more important than that you actually already know to the exactly what it is that you want to do.
Right.
I've noticed that it also evolves while you evolve. So when
Yeah.
you change, your business changes along with you.
Yeah. That's true. That's
Yeah.
completely true. Yeah.
What things of your entrepreneurship do you enjoy the most?
Again? What things?
Yes, what things of your entrepreneurship do you enjoy the most?
Yeah, it's well, getting boring a bit, but it's about being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, to be your own boss, to have the complete freedom of creating something that is so you that it doesn't feel like work anymore.
Hmm.
Um, so that's also my tagline is easily successful, and it's not because you don't work or you lay in bed all day. Uh, but it's because you do work that is so close and so you and so um, well comfortable actually
Yeah.
is that it doesn't feel like work and it's so easy to do and you're using your talents your flow yeah you're surfing on the time instead of that is time is that you're managing time and yeah so that and that's what I enjoy every day is that it's yeah so
If I translate it, then the thing that you enjoy the most is that you're able to be yourself every day again in
yeah,
your
to be
company.
myself and to do what I have to do here in the world, and that it is so close related, and there's no, um, distractions from it because I have to say something to a boss, or I have to join a meeting, or I have to do something that I
So
don't
more like
really.
living your mission.
Yeah, it's living your mission without any compromises.
Yes. Nice.
Well, almost 90%.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing that you maybe compromise in, that's also your own choice, and not a choice that's being handed down to you.
Right. So that's what I
Yeah.
really enjoy about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And at one time during your entrepreneurial journey, did you suffer from the I'm not good enough syndrome?
Well, actually, not. No. Um, well, yeah, all the way in the beginning, I have to say. Because when I was an employee, I did a lot of coaching, and I knew how to do consulting, but I never done workshops, given workshops or trainings. And as an entrepreneur, I did want to do workshops or trainings. So, well, and that's the naive as I am. I just thought, let's do a training. And somebody said, okay, you do a training. I said, yeah, sure. And then they said, oh, there are going to be twice as many people. I thought, oh, that's okay, no problem. And then after that day, it was terrible. And I thought, well, I cannot do this. This is just too bad. I mean, and then I did another workshop, and well, it went a little better, but still people were not satisfied, and they say, well, this is not a good workshop. So that was a moment that I thought, well, is this something I really need to do, or should I just stick with the coaching?
Yeah, am I good enough to give workshops to people?
Yeah, am I good enough for this? But then this again, the intuition said, this is what you need to do. But am I good enough? Can I do it? And then I decided, yes, I can do this, but I have to find again my own way of doing this. I have to find my own style, my own.
And in which area of your business do you use your intuition the most?
Well, the most is in working with the clients and in the workshops and trainings and in the coaching. There I really, I'm in tune and intuitively tuned and wonderful things happen. So that's where I use it the most. But I also use it in my marketing, and like with the international business with Bulgaria, I use it. Okay, do I need to go to this conference or not? So when things, when people ask me things, or when I have opportunities, then I use my intuition to say, yeah, is this an opportunity you should take or not? Or is it not for me at this moment?
Yes.
And that really helps also to create wonderful things in your business.
And you already mentioned marketing, but is there maybe another area in your company that you also use your intuition that people would not think to use their intuition in?
That's a good question. Well, even in finance, actually, I use intuition.
Okay, interesting.
But that's the pricing, but that's actually marketing. So for marketing.
So you use your intuition when you determine the prices for your products, or?
Yeah, what is the right price for this? Because you can think a lot about pricing, but actually there is this right price, which is intuitively right, which is reflects the giving and taking, which reflects your value, which reflects the business you are in. And it's very difficult to think of a price, but if you do it intuitively, and there are different techniques for that, then you get the exact right price. But also in the finance, like if people want to pay and they cannot pay everything at once, sometimes I say, okay, you can pay in installments. Sometimes I say you cannot pay in installments. So it's not like my policy, but it's intuitively attuned with this person, what fits best for this person and for me.
Yes.
I once had this person who said, oh, I don't have enough money, I want to join a workshop. And sometimes I say, well, perfect, you for free. But here I said, no, you can pay whatever you want. You just tell me, and I make an invoice for that amount. It could be €5, I don't care. And she said, no, well, then I don't tell that she needed to make some kind of commitment in order for her to to get anything out of the workshop at all. So if I would have said you can join for free, it didn't make any sense. And that was using my intuition. So
you intuitively feel
and with cooperation.
Mm-hmm. With whom?
Yeah. So it's like in when you're working with people, you can use your intuition in every aspect of working with people.
Yes.
So it's in the marketing, it's in the finance, and it's in the cooperation with people. Every time you work with people, there's this intuitive layer which is influencing your business, and if you tune into that, then you can make better.
Yes. Do you maybe have a tip or a message for other HSPs that are considering starting their own business, but maybe having doubts about the kind of business or starting at all?
Yeah. There's a lot of information on the internet. There are a lot of gurus telling you what to do, what not to do. And my tip is to, well, not listen to them, but don't let them influence you too much. So stay true to your own self and use all these tips as inspiration, but not as a truth, because you are unique, and the way you will be a unique entrepreneur, and what works for you might not work for somebody else, and what has worked for somebody else might not work for you. So stay true to yourself and don't let yourself get getting crazy by all this information on the internet.
So also basically use your intuition when you listen to the gurus. Feel intuitively which information is right for you and which information is not right for you. And don't try to copy or imitate people, but feel if things or tricks or methods that you learn or hear about are the right ones for you in your company.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, amazing.
And maybe a second tip is just start doing it. So don't go planning, do it. And maybe start small. Start small and then grow it slowly. That's perfectly okay.
Yes, that's also a great tip that I've heard when I was starting as well. You don't have to be a full-time, very successful entrepreneur straight away. You can start with a blog while you're still in employment and build it from there, or maybe a web shop or whatever it is that you feel that you want to contribute to the world. Just start. The important thing is to just start and not let it all be in your head, but to actually take action. Yeah.
Correct.
As I understood it, Martijn, you also have a free giveaway to give to our viewers of this interview.
Yes, I sure do. I made, it's a short program, and it's called the 3 Business Intuition Tools to Boost Your Business. So you get 3 tools that will boost your business. So you can download them, or you can get them on my website, intuitioninbusiness.com. And
you will see it on the homepage when you go there.
Yes. On the right, it says, sign up for these 3 business intuition tools. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So if you've watched this interview and you thought, wow, this is really inspirational, and I want to learn how to trust my intuition more and to use my intuition for my marketing, for my business, in my finance, in my coaching, or in my sales conversations with other prospects, then go to Martijn's website,
Intuitioninbusiness.com.
Intuitioninbusiness.com.
With dashes. So
with dashes in between. I will also email the link to you and download his mini course with the 3 tools and learn how to use your intuition within your company. Thank you so much, Martijn, for your time. Thank you for being on this interview, for participating, and for your wonderful energy and the wonderful tips that you shared with us.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
You are also very welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.